self-debate. Debate is a mirror of and a window into my soul. I wonder if I'm a good journalist. If I'm bad, I lose you. I lose my job as an anchor person. So I sometimes lie if you want me to lie to you. If I need to, I lie. I'm a journalist. If I sell my soul to the devil for the money, I lose my reputation. I will lose my job. But damn if you do and damn if you don't. The topic of the debate for today is that resolved that the bad journalist should be punished by law. Let the debate begin. Showtime. Affirmative rock. Many journalists, smart crooks, they're very intelligent. They mix fact and opinion and get away with it. I doubt if they have conscience. I know for a fact the journalists are supposed to be knowledgeable about what goes on around the world, but the truth, what is the truth? They seem to get them all mixed up. A look at the United States. Sean Hannity is criticizing Hillary Clinton and bad-mouthing her, and Donald Trump and this woman, stabbing themselves in the back. So calling each other name, what's going on there? Even the, Bill O'Reilly is no better. Anything goes in the United States. Even journalism are supposed to be in it for the money. Negative wind. Bob Dylan goes blowing in the wind. The truth is up in the air. Three questions. Number one, many journalists. What do you mean by many journalists? There are some conscientious journalists as well. And some refuse to sell their soul. Number two, fact and opinion separable. The Japanese too moralistic about that. The opinions and the facts are pretty interchangeable. And number three, I've finally said it's conscience. Look, who's talking? Everyone has conscience. You have conscience. They have their own conscience. Conscience for whom? That's debatable, isn't it? Journalists, as watchdogs, deserve immunity from punishment. Why? Because they have to go beyond the role of checks and balances. So need to be on their own, because they are supposed to be on our side, the reader's side. Do you love guard dogs, or the watchdogs? Do they love it? They look ugly looking, but they go, and you try to stay away from them when you walk by the house that keeps watchdogs. And yet, they need it, not because you love them, but you need them to keep your house in order. That's the job of journalists. Affirmative wind. The native got a quote from Bob Dylan saying, blowing in the wind. I counter-argue by saying Bob Dylan grew up as a protest singer. So he argued that if you ain't got nothing, you got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose. Number one, is misdirecting the public a crime? Bob Dylan's pretty harsh on that. Number two, why should only journalists get away with it? A lot of people, criminals and bad cops, bad teachers, bad politicians get punished But what about why journalists can get away with it? Number three, isn't it set out, setting the soul to the devil? It happens to you and it happens to us. Why journalists can get away with it? Immunity. Affirmative fire! I'm on fire! Red hot fire! Shiba Ryoto, a conscientious historian, once said the media give the public what they want, not what they need to know, but マスコミはムードだけを伝える. That's exactly what he said. You know, even the Shibaretora cannot get the media because the media is too powerful, above reproach, so media can play God. So they go unpunished. Toshiba has been an inspiration for me since I was a little kid. And when I grew up reading his books, novels, the Toge by depicting the history of Kawai Tsugunosuke, that got me into the Yomegaku, the studies of In Wanyan Min. So the fact of truth, you know, the Shibarita is very outraged, is mad about the fact that the media can get away with anything. Native fire. Isn't Shiba just a novelist? Affirmative argues his historian, and Kuryu Matsumoto loves him. It's just a personal, you know. Let's look at the world, and the people by and large tend to take it out on the other bad media, like NHK, Asahi. Easy criticize them. But what we want is more transparency, accountability, yes. But how can I go about improving transparency, accountability? Let the media be held accountable to us for what they do. That doesn't mean that they're going to punish them. No, let them let me hold them responsible and accountable at the same time. Native water, let's cool it. If journalists are punished by gag rules, and you know, who protect the freedom of press? And the government has come down hard on the journalists. We're going to lose jobs. So give them more free reign. Freedom of speech means they can get away with running wild. Otherwise, who can run wild? So if the freedom of speech is threatened, and something has to give, so you know, give them, you know, if not carte blanche, but it's a free reign, so they have more freedom to take risk. I found in water. I'm gonna cool my head a little bit, negative. Just cool it. I followed, dude. They're absolutely right. If a bad journalists remain unpunished, anything goes. You know, anything goes. And then who watches and punishes the system that's gone wrong? The whole system's gone awry. The Tokyo government today, and the whole system is breaking down. But someone has to keep an eye on them. If the media don't watch them, and then who does? The law. This is the law-governed society. So let the law take care of that. Punish them if need arises. 判定、皆さんもしディベートの関心がおありなら、この論題に戻っていただきたいんですよね。問題の精神というのはトピカリティというんですが、これは should be punished 罰せるべしと言ってます。罰せるかどうか、can じゃないんです。should なんですね。日本語では曖昧になりますから、ディベートやりにくいんです。英語の方がずっと楽なんですよね。should になってます。should というのは、これは理想論ですね。実際は難しい、できない。だけども、should どうかと言ったら、これは強いですね。罰するべき、当然でしょうね。国益に反する報道をした朝日新聞、今でもノーノーとしてます。うるさいですね。あいつはなんで朝日はね、国益に反することをやって堂々としてるんだってうるさい。しかし日本はそういうことがあります。だから空気には勝てないです。法律より空気。最高裁も空気に流されてます。政治家も空気です。そうするとですね、実際は肯定側が勝ったんですけどね、否定が勝つためには空気というものがあると。空気に逆らったらどんな有名な人でも裁くことができるという反証責任がない限りは肯定が勝ち、肯定勝ち、悪徳ジャーナリストは法で罰すべし、シュッドですね、肯定が勝ち。We'll be right back within a moment. Don't go away. Way of English coming up.